Okay, Coach. I believe this is your fourth year as the head coach at Eastside, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so as far as this team goes, you guys were able to have what many consider the most successful season in Eastside history last year with the first sectional championship in program history, conference championship. How do you go about building off that success and taking it a step further here in 2020?
Well, first of all, it was a special year last year in Eastside football program history, and a lot of those guys are back, so we're real excited about that. In order to take the next step with today's world, all we're doing is one day at a time. We're trying to win each day, get better at what we do, not worry about anything else other than try to make sure that when we come here, that the 2 hours we're here, that we're getting better at what we do.
When you take a look at this offense, 9 starters returning, your quarterback's back, a lot of playmakers, key offensive linemen. I mean, you guys have returnees everywhere. What's the bar for this offensive line after you guys average 27 points a game and have that many players coming back with big-time Friday experience?
Well, what's fun about this group is we weren't as far behind as other teams were due to COVID, and I'll be honest with you, the first 2 weeks the first 4 practices we had our whole passing game in 4 days, which that is unheard of. So we are in the mastery section of that, and we're really looking forward to this offensive unit come together. We've got to replace 2 key parts of our offense from a year ago, which are 2 guards. They were really good ball players, and so that's been our real focus here in the first week of practice is try to develop a couple guards and get our quarterback a little more confident in the mental side of things, and if we get those 2 guards taken care of, and Laban continues to be the athlete that he is, hey, there's going to be some good things happen.
When you take a look at this team defensively, 6 starters coming back. You got Cleckner in the middle, who was a tackle machine last year. You have guys returning kind of on each level of the defense. What is it about this defense that's impressed you, but what are some of the things that you guys are working on, and who are some of the guys that you're going to be counting on more on the defensive side of the football this year as opposed to last?
Well, you hit it on the head. Lane Cleckner is a machine. He is going to be our guy that makes our defense go this year. Lane Burns was an all-state safety a year ago on the back end, and we're going to count on him to do some different things than what he's done in the past. And I expect big things out of Lane Burns as well. The big question mark is how are we going to replace Carson Evers? And Dax Holman, as a freshman, started at the outside linebacker. He's going to move to the middle linebacker, and we're going to do some things. Kyler Bibby's back from a broken leg. He broke his leg in the DeKalb scrimmage a year ago. Didn't see a down of football. He's all fired up and looking good. So we got some replacement to do, but we got Hayden Gardner back at defensive tackle. That was an all-conference player. We got Phoenix Smythe. That was an honorable mention, all-conference player at defensive end. We got a couple ends that didn't see a whole lot of action last year that are very capable of playing it on a Friday night. So, hey, defensively, I think we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
When you take a look at the success that you guys had last year, this is an Eastside team that is not going to sneak up on anybody this year. You are going to have a target on your back from day one. How do you make sure that these guys understand that they handle it, that they can't overlook anyone, and that they're going to be the hunted as opposed to maybe being the hunter in the past?
Well, we've talked a lot about that, about the fact that, we were a young football team last year. Offensively, we were sophomore dominated, and so people weren't nearly as concerned about us until we started getting on that win streak. And, that's a different ballgame. We're going to get the best of every opponent this year, which is fantastic to us. That's my challenge to them. I was like, hey, let's take it on. Let's take on their best. And I know our guys, if I know our guys as well as I think I do, they're looking forward to that challenge, that we're going to get the best of every opponent that we face.
Take a look at this offense. You got yourself, 9 starters in total back. You guys had a pretty good season last year offensively. Yeah. What do you do to take the next step offensively, and what has impressed you about this offense here early in camp?
We got a lot of firepower. We got a lot of strength in the running backs. We got a good line. Got 3 coming back. I'm just ready for everything. I think we're going to be really strong this year on the offensive side.
Last year was the best season numbers-wise in Eastside history. First ever sectional championship. you win a conference championship. How do you go about staying hungry, knowing that you're coming off, whatever is considered the best season in Eastside history?
Well, we just got to get better at what we do every day. That's what we got to do. That's about it.
When you take a look at, last year, having that success means you're not going to sneak up on anybody this year. You're going to be, everybody's target game. You're going to have that X on your back. How do you handle those expectations, knowing that you're going to get everybody's best shot every Friday night?
We just got to keep working and keep getting better at ourselves. We got to worry about every team every week. Everyone's got good players, so we just got to keep working hard.
For this Eastside team, if there was one key for this upcoming season, what do you think it is?
I think it's just getting stops on defense, getting good reps on offense, keep working at what we're doing.
A final question: what are you most looking forward to about this season? I mean, you guys have already started school, so the process is sort of moving along. But this is kind of a year we don't know exactly what to expect all the time. What are you most looking forward to about those Friday nights? Because I know you guys aren't going to be able to take even practice for granted at this point.
I'm just looking forward to getting able to hit somebody else other than our teammates. Can't hit them too hard because you don't want them to get injured. I'm just ready to hit somebody else.
I've been really surprised how we just came in and just started working as a team right away. And it's just like we've been together for our whole lives. It seemed like that.
9 starters back on this offense, and you guys were pretty prolific last year. What do you do to take the next step? Because you've got, Lane, Firestein, you've got, Wade Miller back. You've got a number of guys back, not only yourself, but playmakers for you. What's the key to taking that next step and really hitting the ground running?
We just got to execute every single play and spread the ball around because, you can give it to any one of our guys and they can make something happen.
Last year, what kind of things did you learn last year? Obviously, as a sophomore leading an offense, there's a maturation process and a growing process. You had a good season, but what did you learn that's going to make you and this offense better in the future?
You definitely got to keep the ball clean. You got to take every play seriously. Anything can happen and just stay focused all the time.
Last year, sectional title, first one in school history. You're talking about a conference title as well. You will be the hunted as opposed to being the hunter this year. What's it like to have that target on your back? How are you guys going to handle that expectation, given that every Friday everybody's going to be gunning for you and give you their best shot?
Honestly, we're not going to view it any differently. We're just going to, every game is that game we're focused on that week, and we like just coming in and putting a smack on people.
What are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season?
I'm just excited to see our first game. I just want to get out there and just let it all loose.
Perfect, my man.
Thank you.
All right. When you take a look at the camp so far, I know it's still the first week, but you've seen these guys in the off-season, in the weight room, conditioning, all that good stuff. What has you thinking positive thoughts about this team as we head into the 2020 season?
I mean, after taking almost 2 months off, we came back in and we weren't really fazed by anything. We were working as a team, and we've been hitting the weight room pretty freaking hard.
When you take a look at this defense, 6 starters back, including yourself in the middle, what stands out to you about this defense, and how do you build off what you did last year? Because a lot of people talk about the offense. You guys only gave up 12.9 points a game.
I mean, we lost a few key pieces of defense, but we have some pretty good upcoming people who are going to fill those spots pretty well.
Give me some of the names and who are some of the guys that are going to be filling in those spots defensively.
Well, we were losing Carson Evers, but we got Dax Holman, who played a little bit last year. I think he'll step up pretty good. Got Johnny Eck, that'll fill some spots that we were missing. And got Tanner Huff, who's going to fulfill the defensive end spot a little bit too. And then got Trevor Fichter, who's going to fill our D lineman. And Hayden Gardner when he gets back, hopefully. And then I think we'll be pretty good.
What in your mind characterizes this defense? Is it speed? Is it experience? Is it knowledge? What are some of the real strong points of this team?
I would definitely say our speed. And we keep it pretty simple, so I'd say speed and knowledge then.
Good. As far as this team goes, first ever sectional title in program history, conference title. Last year, maybe you went in a little bit as the hunter. This year, you're the hunted. You have the target on your back. How do you handle that, knowing that every Friday it's going to be a team giving you their best shot because you are, have set the standard a little bit?
We're going to go into every game playing our heart out and going to hopefully come out and win and go farther than sectionals this year. So just any other game again.
Final question for me. What are you most looking forward to? This has kind of been a very odd year, and it's hard to anticipate what's going to happen next, but I imagine kind of getting out there and playing football is something that you guys are looking forward to.
I'd say the most thing I'm looking forward to is probably going into the first round of sectionals and everything and seeing how far we go there.
Anything else you'd like to add, Lane?
No, that'd be it.